Okay, there we go. All right, here I am. Welcome to my channel again. I am in Gdevelop and I'm about to start a game. I think I'm going to go with desktop and mobile, a landscape anyway, or let's go desktop full HD. Sorry, we'll just do that. I think I can change it later. No idea what I'm going to call this, but it's going to be a really silly idea that I came up with a long time ago. I used to use back in the day the Games Factory software, and this is real simple. It's like a kind of how you'd see like a Galaxian or Space Invaders, but it's not that. Your enemies are kind of above you, and they are shooting downward, and you are either avoiding the shots or collecting, whatever. But these are actually going to be cats pooping and peeing, and you're sitting around a room and you're going to be trying to catch their poop and pee into a litter box. And maybe every now and then, I don't know what kind of bonus you could get, but maybe you can slow down their pooping and peeing by giving them a treat or something. I'm not sure yet. So we need to come up with a name first of all for this. And let's see, what could it be? So many different choices here. So many things. I know I mean, since this is live, and if you guys are watching, give me some suggestions, because it's pretty awful, and that's the point of it. But I'm thinking, let's see, something to do with poop or pee or litter. Let's just call it litter box or something for now. I can always change the name. Right. Let's see, litter box. I don't know, just something, litter box something, or I don't know, it doesn't matter. Let's just store this somewhere else. Let me open this up and choose a different folder for this, because I mean, how lame is this going to be? Probably. Anyway, I don't care, because like I said, it's a test. I'm waiting for the computer to let me choose a folder real quick here. Be thinking of a name though, guys, if you can, like litter box Larry. No, I mean something obviously usable. Come on here. What is it? There we go. Litter box, something, or the Pea Palace, or something like that. I'm gonna make a new folder for this just real quick. We call this litter box game. I'm just gonna call it that for now, and that's fine. Cool. Select that folder. Alright, we'll just leave it like so. It's not going to be optimized for pixel art because I'm not a fan. Never have been. So we're going to go ahead and create this game. And we're going to sit here and go, geez, there's a big old blank white screen. I hate those. Alright, so I know, and I'm not going to use, we're going to create art later. So I'm going to kind of make sure I get the mechanics first. So we need to add an object. Obviously this is going to be a sprite of some kind. I really don't know how big it needs to be. So we're just going to create, like with this Piscal thing that's in here. And I'm going to make this, 32 is fine. I think we might want to go bigger because this is 1920 by 1080. Let's go ahead and do this at like what was it, 128 I think is divisible, right? Let's just use 128 by 128 and maintain it, and we're just gonna make a square thing for now. I think that is fine, and then we're going to fill that for now with just a color. So I'm going to do like maybe a blue. This is just going to represent our litter box, I guess. For now, I'm just going to fill that, and that's going to be good. So we're going to save that. We can rename this, I believe, somewhere here. Points, collision mass. The collision mass is just going to be essentially the same size for now. We might as well go into that and look at it and see. Yeah, I think it's just going to use automatic. That's fine, yeah. Okay, and then I need to change the name of this. There's properties, behaviors. The behaviors, see, that's the other thing. We're not doing a platformer, so we need to pick the platformer. So, oh, here's the name. So we're just going to call this litter box. Ridiculous. Come on, guys. Okay, and we don't need an animation on this yet. We're going to go over to behaviors, see what we can bring in for behaviors. So there's platform. We're just going to be moving back and forth, maybe up and down a little bit. Originally, what I had built, it was just a back and forth, or you're just, you know, kind of like Space Invaders, catching things. But if we maybe had some stuff like flies you had to avoid or something too, we could move forward and make those fly down every now and then. So we need to probably go above and below and sort of all of those. Let's see, top-down movement, probably top-down movement, I'm thinking. And because it's not going to be moving, scrolling to the side, we'll just leave this there. I don't think this is where we set up if we have 4 or 8 directions yet. So I'm just going to go ahead and say okay. I don't have any variables yet that I know of. I think that's all fine. Effects, I don't think we need to worry about that right now. I think it'd be cool maybe to have a little trail of, you know, stink coming off of it or something. I don't know. Let's just see if there is something. I don't see anything we can just drop on, so that's fine. So behaviors, I think that will work. We'll just go with that and say apply. All right, so we're going to drop our sprite in here, and I'm just going to run it to make sure we can move around. I don't even know which keys are moving what. So, all right, we don't want rotation though. This is going to drive like a tank in you know, the old Atari. So let's get rid of the rotation on that to where we're just literally moving up, down, side to side with no rotation. So I think what I need to do again here is, let's see, rotation speed, angle offset. Let's go no rotation. All right, and I'm going to put like a little dots on either side here, I think, in this Piscal software. I'm sorry, the editor, so that we can edit with Piscal, come in here and add dots. We can tell which direction it's facing. No, please get down, cat. All right, let's try that. If you guys are watching, say, hey, I am literally experimenting today. So let's just give this a little, you know, dot here and a little dot here. You know, maybe we'll even make this one an X so we can tell the difference between that one and this one to start with. And that's all I want to do, is just make sure I know what direction this is facing. So it looks pretty small on the screen. I think it's probably okay for now. We could bump it up a little, I guess. So now if we preview this, we can tell this should not be flipping. It should be just moving a little up and down, just like that. We need to change the speed probably, for sure. I'm almost thinking we need to change our ratio to be a taller one. Taller ratio and less wide. I don't know if I can go back and do that, so we will find that out too. So that works. Let me see if there's a way to affect the overall scene here. I think this is settings for that's the background color, edit scene variables. I don't know if that's going to I don't know if we want variables as much as I just want to change the ratio of the size. We might have to start over to do that. Let me see. I don't even know where that would be, guys. I really don't know. Let's see, 474, 820. That's the object. Nope. I want the actual global. No, not what I'm looking for. Let's go ahead and shrink that. I'm just looking for the actual scene itself. Might have to do another one. Might actually have to start this again. Let me see here. Properties and icons, litter box. Okay, here we go. So let's just change the resolution here to something narrower. I don't even know what that would be as far as the resolutions. I wish they had a resolution to set. I might start this over just because I don't know what those resolutions should be. So, not a big deal. We'll go back to home here, and we're going to just create a new game here real quick. Not a big deal. We're going to use an empty project, and we're going to go mobile. That's the resolution I wanted. 720 by 1280. Let's just remember that and go type it in. 720 by 1280. So back in here, let's go back to our game. 720 by 1280. Hello, right here. 720 by 1280, and we'll just change these properties here. 720. 1280. Yeah, I've never used this software for completing, or I've poked around obviously, but all right, so here we go. 720 by 1280. Get down, please. 720 by 1280. It's really hard to do anything when your cat will just not allow it. All right, so somewhere around here, and we'll try this now. This will work the same. So now I've got the back and forth. I've got a little bit of up and down. I want to put a limit on that, obviously, so I'm not like being able to just fly around anywhere I want. So let's up the speed. And let me find out here on my sprite. Edit object. That's probably where I need to go. Okay. Got a cat that is being completely unruly. And it's only when I do a live stream or record. Don't know why. Alright, so let's see. Movement, acceleration. Let's go ahead and put this at like maybe, what, 800? I don't know if that's where I need to change this. Max speed, let's go with 800. I don't know if the acceleration, deceleration is what I needed to change, but hey, that's why we're figuring it out. Let's try to preview this again and see. That's better. We need to put some limits where that can go. Obviously, I don't like though that it picks up speed. I want it to just move a lot more instant. So if we are moving max speed 800, I don't know. Let's just try 10,000 for the acceleration, and deceleration I think will probably allow me to like speed faster, you know what I mean? So I don't know why that didn't do what it's doing. I'm not able to test it. Alright, well, let's see. Launch preview. Why is it saying in a new window now? This is weird. Okay, good enough. So yeah, that's much better. Exactly what I want. Alright, so now we can create some type of limits to this. I don't know if I need to put these limits as a behavior or if I can just put up some blocks. That might be the easiest way to do it. So let's make a new, probably a new object. And let's just say this probably is going to be definitely a sprite as well. And we're going to create a new object here. I'm just going to make a block like the same size. Let's go with the 128 again. And the anchor, don't really care. The anchor on the player probably needs to be in the center, but this one can be where it's at. And we're going to fill this with whatever color we want. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it black, and then we can come out here. Fine, that's good. We'll apply, and then did it actually take it or not? Let me see. I don't think it actually did what I wanted. So let me go back in here, redraw that in there. I don't know why that didn't work. Let's see. 128, 128, good. We will fill it in with black. Is there an apply? Save right there. That's what it was. And we will say apply. There's no animation to this. This is going to be just a block, so we need to give it behavior before we drag it in here probably. No, don't need to go with that. God dang it. I just need to add a behavior, so let's drag it in, I guess. And then we come in here, right, edit object. I'm sure it's going to be here. Well, how do I add a behavior? I know that I can, no, double click it. There we go. Behaviors, add a behavior. This is just going to be kind of like a platform object, but obstacle. That's for pathfinding though. I just want an actual block. I think this works like a platform. It doesn't involve gravity or anything. I just want something that stops the player. Let me see. Blah, blah, blah. You know, like an obstacle. I wonder if there is like a obstacle behavior. Obstacle for pathfinding. Light obstacle. Platform character. I'm thinking this is just going to be obstacle. I'm sorry, not an obstacle. This is going to be dagnabbit. Let's get rid of that. This is going to be just a platform behavior. I believe will work. So we'll just get rid of this and just go to platform, because it will just create like a, I know it's physics, but it'll create a block though. It will at least work the same way. I could probably go in and just do some standard behavior on that, but on the other sheet like a condition. But this will get us there quick probably. So let's just try it. Sounds good. So if I add these here, I don't know if I can paint them because it's not a tile set. Let me just turn on my grid here. Show grid. That's a pretty and I'm just gonna, yeah, you know what, I probably could just put limits on this dude. Is probably the better way to do it, but I'm gonna try it this way because why not? Let's just drag in more of these. This is probably the worst way you could be doing this, more than likely. And to be honest with you, the limits on this guy we want anyway, because we're going to be telling him don't go up here. Good question. Good question. Let me just take one more of these, because more than likely I need to do like a line that's not visible and then make it to where he can't go past it, and I probably should do the same thing just as a collision. Let me just get rid of these because that was not the brightest thing to do, but good thinking, good thinking. Let me just get rid of these. I'm thinking my way through it logically, you know what I mean? So if I look like a complete idiot, I apologize, but hey, that could happen. Alright, so this is my dummy object down here. I'm going to now go over here, and we need to create a, oh, we do have that sprite, so that works for us as well. So let's go ahead and say add an event. This is going to be condition. We're going to add a condition to that event here, and that's going to be if this guy, and we're going to say has a collision right here with this guy. Ignore objects touching each other on their edges but are not overlapping. I don't know if that's true. We'll just say okay for now. If that happens, then we need to just stop him from going past it, right? So we're going to say then make sure that not pause, not rotate. Let's see, effects, not flip. There's so many things, and the logic is really cool in here, but is it force? Stop the object if it goes up there. But see, that's going to keep it probably from sliding side to side, which we don't want. I don't want to kick back or anything. I just want to make sure it doesn't go past. But I think what I also want to do is set just like a field that it can go in instead of a blocker. That would make more sense to me. Scale. Let's put, you know, stop and see what happens. conditions, pause, resume, deactivate. You need to get down, please. Like absolutely down, please. Miss Cat, this is not for you. That's a big no. And we can, let's see, where was this stop that I found? So let's just push stop the object and say okay. I don't know if that's going to work. You know, we'll just, I don't know what's up with this update. I've not seen that before. But okay, back to the main scene here. And we can add these guys in. I don't know, once again, if this is the proper way to do it, but could be. Now this needs to be made invisible. Not all of them, just this one. So let me see. This guy, don't think it has a particular thing here. We'd probably have to give it a behavior once again. So I'm going to say edit behaviors. This one is here, and I don't want it for all of them. I just want the one, so I hope that that works that way. Invisible, is there an invisible? Flash color, flash effect, linear movement. I'm just going to put visibility. So Viz is on screen. Wonder how we do the visibility. Maybe it's got a, you know, at beginning of scene kind of thing, make it invisible. So I just thought it would maybe be a behavior right on the object, which makes sense to me, but I could be wrong. Okay, let's try a actual, what do you call it, condition here. So blah, blah, spriting collision, blah, blah, blah. Let's just say a new condition, I guess. Well, I got like 5 of them. Let's just go here and say this object at, I'm going to put beginning. Begin, where's it at? Or start, maybe? Oh, Lord, man. This is, maybe it's here. Scene at the beginning of scene. I wonder why that didn't come up. So at the beginning of scene, okay. We'll make this also face visibility, unseen object grace distance. No, we just want it invisible. I don't know, why is this so hard? This seems silly. Like, why isn't it just like you can turn its visibility off, you know? Say visible. I don't want it. This is not 3D. This doesn't seem like what I need. I just don't want it to show, you know what I mean, at the beginning here. Or at all. I'm going to remove this one. Just seems like I'm overdoing that. How do you just make it not visible? Is there an opacity here? Is that what this is? Opacity. There we go. Let's try that. This should be able to block it. If that works, then I can obviously do this for the others. I'm gonna plunk one at the sides and bottom as well, and just hope that's all I need to do. It seemed like it should be a lot easier than what I was doing, so my grid needs to be a different size. I'm going to pull these down just to make sure there isn't something glitch that happens there. This also needs to be, does this have the same, they should have all the same behaviors, especially if I put the behavior on the main one. Let's see, edit behaviors, it's platform, so that should. And then this one obviously needs to be, and it's okay if this one isn't is still visible, because we're not going to see that either way. And I'm going to just copy paste that one. Nope, doesn't work that way. That's ridiculous. So how do we copy and paste it? This is me poking around like an idiot. Copy, paste. There we go. Alright, and then we're going to copy and paste this one as well. And get this one down here. That doesn't matter if it's visible or not either. I just want to make sure this doesn't go out. If this is the wrong approach and you guys know, tell me. I'm just, you know. So what happened to previewing this in a... new window? I don't like that. There should be a... Nope, that does not stop it from moving on any level in any way. Okay, well, how is that? It's because this doesn't have platformer behavior, probably. So I need to set a condition. If this touches these, then it stops movement. And I hope that's correct. So let's go back here and say if this collides with this one, this says remove all forces. So evidently that's not working. I'm going to come back here and change this name just so I can know what I'm doing here. So I'm just going to call this block. I don't know how to even make a wall. Obviously that stops you from moving. This is supposed to be if you touch this, this and this happens, but it obviously is not the case. I don't want jump through, I just want normal platform, but I don't even know if I want platform. That's the other thing. This should just be up, down, left, and right. I think I need to do this with key press. So let's go back to here and get rid of, this needs to get rid of its behavior, and then I need to start over on that guy, I think. So we're going to edit the object. This right now has top-down movement, which I thought was exactly what we needed. I'm going to turn off diagonals. We don't need them. This was fine, but how do you get it to collide? I mean, I thought it was a simple collision behavior. Apparently, I am missing something. So if this collides with this, then it removes all forces. But evidently, that is not how that works. So I'm going to cut this and go back. Let's just get rid of these. I don't know why I have so many extra conditions on here. Trying not to get frustrated with myself at this point. Let's just delete some of these. Oh my gosh. Oh boy, this is getting annoying. Add condition here. If that collides with this, new sprite is in collision with this. We add action. Then we need to stop the movement of this. You know what? I probably don't have a collision mask on my block. Is probably what that may be. So if I go to edit object and go here to right here, edit collision mask, it's probably what's going on. But see, I can't see that block. Let's go with custom. But see, that's still the same. I don't know. mean, I would think that the collision mask would spread out, you know, the same as your dimensions and stuff. And it's this dumb little stuff that ruins my day right here, because there's no way I can tell how to do this on my own. I've got this set to being a platform, but I don't know if that's correct either. Let's see, collision mask, but see, what I don't get is the collision mask looks like a square, the object looks like a rectangle. Does that matter? I know this is like per block, and stretching probably is repeating the shape, so the collision mask should be right. But no clue. No clue. Because what's the point of the behavior if it doesn't do what it's supposed to do? And what is the... I don't know. You know, I'm saying this should not go through that area, and this should, you know, yeah. I feel like a total idiot. If I can't get this, I can't do this. That's pretty simple. Let's get rid of its behavior to start with. So we'll go back up to this. We're going to go back to its behaviors. I'm going to take off this platform, just delete that completely. I don't know, I guess from here. And then I need to give it a behavior that, you know, in some way makes more sense. I just literally want when those two are touched, you know what I mean? So this 2D physics engine, is this going to do anything for me? I don't know. Let's see, shape box, blah blah blah. Okay, temporary image to help you visualize the shape polygon. Is this going to, I have no idea. Density, gravity, you know. I don't think this is going to do anything, because this is supposed to be about acting like a block, not giving gravity or anything like this. It's independent from the collision mask. You got me, man. And see, I don't get is it says it's set, but it doesn't work. So we're just going to apply that and run it one more time. I feel like a complete idiot. But hey, it's not like that hadn't happened before. So this doesn't stop it at all in any way. Cool. What could I be doing wrong? Let's give this not a behavior to start with. So edit behaviors, and we're just going to get rid of that because I don't believe that's what this is supposed to be. And really all I'm trying to do is make, when these two collide, it stops this object. I don't even know if that's what I need to do. I can probably just put limits on this for how far it can go, but I do not know if that's the case either. So heavily struggling here. So let's say new sprite is in collision with this sprite, then we should just be able to add an action of you know, take, if it's in touching that one, then make the blue one essentially stop, right? Not rotate, not whatever. I just want to make it stop, you know, block it, or I mean, stop the object. Sure. I don't like that this says update now. It didn't do that before. It just said run. All right, let's go. Obviously not happening. Okay. About 2 seconds. I am going to stop because this is a waste of time. Just nothing is stopping. You know, what is the point of the events? New sprite is in collision with new sprite 2. Stop the blue new sprite. But it doesn't. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? I feel so dumb right now. Speed on the x-axis. Top-down movement set to, I'm just going to say 0 and go OK. Let's find out if that does anything. So launch this in a new window and not a dang thing. Let's do the update, launch it again, and I'm pretty sure that's not going to work either. And not a dang thing. Why? Why? Like literally nothing is doing anything. New sprite is in collision with new sprite 2. Change the speed to 0. How is that not working? I'm going to make this one visible. Maybe I don't think that has anything to do with it, because if it did, it would stop when it touched the others. We're going to update. We're going to go back here and launch preview in a new window. And nope, runs right the heck through it. How is this done? I'm an idiot. Yeah, I feel like a complete idiot. That is on Z2, this is on Z1. Let's put this one on Z1 also, so they're on the same layer. I mean, it could be the case. Run it again, launch preview in a new window. Nope, makes no difference. How come those can't collide? Makes no sense. It says it right here. This sprite collides with this sprite. Change the speed on the x-axis. New sprite set to 0. It should stop. It's in collision with this one. It should stop. That's what the rules are saying. Am I that dumb? I mean, it works just like platformer behavior, only without gravity. I'm going to remove all these, and now we will add a condition that says this new sprite. I mean, there's literally nothing here. You know. Huh. I was really excited about trying to figure this out. I'm obviously an idiot. So this would be this sprite. I mean, it doesn't even have a setting for like if this sprite goes out of this area. You know what I mean? There's nothing. I got collision. That's it. It's a standard collision. Why isn't it working? This works in all other software this way. It's gonna be ridiculous if you have to do all this. So if the sprite is moving and then this sprite collides with that object, then make this object stop, I guess. I mean, that's the only other way that could be set up. I'll try the preview, but I can't think of any other way. See, nothing. How? How is that possible? How? Oh my God. I mean, it's in collision with it. It has a collision mask, so there's nothing wrong with that object that I can think of. I'm wondering something real quick though. If it's got a collision mask all the way across, it does here. So I was just wondering if there was a place that it did or didn't have that, and evidently no. So I am completely at a loss. These are all considered new sprite 2. 0 to 1, 0 to 1. There's no reason why those wouldn't work if they're on the same layer, level, etc. And I mean, the events say, let's say it's moving and is in collision with this, stop its movement. I mean, come on. What else can there be? What else can there be? I really thought I had a better grasp on what I was doing than evidently I do. This is a waste of time. I mean, it's a standard frickin' thing here. And it doesn't work. I don't know. I know it's me. This makes no sense. I'm obviously an idiot. I'm actually angry about this because it's ridiculous. I mean, the behaviors of the player, it's using top-down movement. And there's nothing about it that would make that collision not work. So why doesn't it work? It's just a collision of two objects. You know, I gave it a platform behavior. I gave it, you know. This is ridiculous. This is actually so frustrating. other behaviors. I mean, I already tried that. It doesn't work. I mean, is there a top-down block behavior or something I don't know? All the top-down stuff. I don't want movement. I just want it to be a block, you know? It's the most interesting live stream I've ever done, is it not? I don't even know. I don't know. You know, I don't want it to be something you can run on. I just want something that stops you. This is for the player. I've already got that. I mean, this is what I know it to be. It's supposed to be this. You know what I mean? But that doesn't work. See? Totally passable. What? Why? Those are both on layer 1. What a waste of time. I mean, what's the point of making that an impassable object if you have to add any other behaviors to it or events? And what, you know, and if this is a top-down movement and this is a top-down impassable behavior, then why doesn't it work? I'm about to snap over something stupid. If I move it over here and run it, does it make any dang difference? None. I mean, it's just lines. I mean, its behaviors state that it is. Oh my god. I mean, and the collision says it's what it is. What am I missing? I don't need advanced or custom because it's just I am completely clueless. Obviously. No idea. I'm clueless. I mean, this one has top-down movement. if I was to make this a tank driving around and these are the walls, how do you stop it from going through the walls? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work. So, and why do I need now new conditions if they're just... Okay, well, we'll do it again. I mean, it's just a simple collision. That's what I don't get. If this one, blue object, new sprite collides with black sprite. I'm just going to collect yes just to see if that makes a difference, because the only thing I haven't tried, the action has to be stop the blue. Now I can't find it. I'm just gonna start drinking again. So stop the object, and I don't think this is it, but I've got nothing else. So last chance, and then I'm out. So nope, goes right through like nothing. What am I doing wrong? This sprite is in collision with this sprite. Stop the sprite. Someone tell me what I'm doing wrong. There's nothing else to do.